Hi guys, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot. I'm here to do your Gemini October reading. I know I'm late, late as far as it's been a week since I did the other videos, but I had to do a show in Toronto and I got very busy, and I do apologize for being late with these. So I'm here now. And I smudged myself and all my cards, but I forgot this little new pack I got. So we might just pull something out of there for you too. So everything's all smudged. We're all ready to go here. Let's get this party started. So, Gemini. So these cards are the Light Seers cards. Let's pull those out of my little pile here. These are the Light Seers Tarot. And I love these because of the energy in them. They just got wonderful expressive energy. But I gotta tell you, and Anna, I don't know, Anna, if you listen to some of the other videos, but your cards that you give me are the most popular at the shows. Everybody wants those cards because I have probably 3 or 4 different decks I have at the shows, and I kind of have them lined up here, and I tell people, which deck do you want? Pick a deck that appeals to you. And they always pick that Soul Luna deck, this one that you gave to me, you gifted to me, Anna. I'll tell you, this is the most popular deck when I'm at shows. So just interesting, that people have that similarity. Anyway, this is about you, Gemini. So let's get this going. You don't want me talking too much, although you do love communication. You do. You love it. We'll put a little bit on the thing here. I got to push those eeks out of the way. With all this room, believe it, I'm running out of room. So let's see what we got here. These ones, you had a whole bunch jump out. Right away, the very first card for you is you, Gemini. Here is the King of Swords. And this is, the King of Swords has reached all the lessons. He's learned all the lessons of the sword about deceit and trust and the skills of observation and listening. And he's at this point in his life. Maybe I should turn the light on. He's at this point in his life where he understands, he sees the whole picture now, and has a better understanding of everything that's going on, because he doesn't assume and he doesn't take things personally, and he's very wise. Notice the owl down here in the corner. He's gained a lot of wisdom. Okay, and this is you, Gemini. You've gained a lot of wisdom. Hi, Lucy. Nice to see you. You've gained a lot of wisdom. I think over these past couple of years, with people and about yourself, and also this communication, because it's really changed, between people now, right? And so we've gone through a whole cycle in a way of trying to understand and navigate ourselves through this new communication way. And anyway, I think that you gained a lot of understanding. So let's see what else you got here. For some of you, I think you're waiting for love to come into your life. You're waiting for a relationship. It's something that you want now. You want companionship. So that's one of the things you understand now as the king. You understand that you want to develop new relationships here. You really want to develop, and these are new relationships. You're not about going back. What's done is done, right? And you don't carry in your harbor any hard feelings about all that. You're okay with it, but you still want to move on to new connections, new people, and develop them. You're learning about yourself right now just as much as you're learning about other people, and I think you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. For a while, you had your defenses up there a little bit now, and you've lowered them. You because you don't need them as much. You're wiser, stronger, smarter, and you don't like I said, you don't take it on anymore like you did. Okay, so these cards that jumped out are really about relationship, and so you could be looking for that special one. I think that you're a lot more open to relationship now, open to giving and receiving, yeah, and more open to receiving. Especially the Ace of Hearts is more about receiving than it is about giving. In the Two of Hearts, did I say hearts? I mean the Ace of Cups. See, as when you read both card to me and see in tarot, sometimes but anyway, here in the Two is when we're ready to give it as well, But in the Ace, we're finally ready to receive it. We've lowered our defenses. We want to enjoy people, and we'll accept that compliment. Thank you very much, instead of, oh, really? Probably not. We're changed. You're more open to it now. And even in some of your prayers, if you do prayers, or if you talk to your mom or whoever has passed on, or the spirit, the energy, whatever, you could be saying that in your prayers. You could be saying, I am open to receiving love. I am open to receiving understanding and validation. And, it's celebrating the self. Okay. And then here we're ready to extend that out, to give to another. But it starts with the self first. Okay. So you're waiting for the right, the right opportunity, the right person, that perfect person. And it seems like the timing isn't exactly right now. And so this is why you're taking this time to, accept, accept yourself, basically, acceptance, and be open to emotion and all that stuff. And so, because the timing isn't exactly perfect, or you could be waiting for something, you're waiting to move, or you're waiting to be closer to perhaps someone you have in mind. But I know that you're into developing, and you're more open to developing more relationships, connections. You want companionship in your life, and here you're starting to work on it. Now, there could be, I'm going to say, there could be something brewing at work, okay? Because we have the Three of Wands, and we also have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is working very hard. You're very focused and working very hard. You could be looking online. That could be a possibility for love, possibly. But I'm old-fashioned, and I'm going to tell you, I think it's more about the connections you're going to start making. I think that you might meet someone through the someones that you meet, And the nice thing about that in the old days is that way you had someone to ask. You could ask Jim, who you already know, about John, who you've just met. Hey, Jim, tell me a little bit about John. And you get that kind of heads up on the person. And online, you can't really do that. There's no heads up someone to ask, right? And so the old-fashioned way was we met people through people, right? So anyway, I think this could be how it happens for you, because you're very open to making new connections. And oh my, Gemini. So this could be around a work environment. You could, your attention could be sparked, your, interest could be sparked by a particular someone. Someone, this person may not have arrived yet. Okay, they could be coming. Okay, they may be coming to fill someone else's position or a busy time around where you work, something like that. They could be coming. Either you're delayed or they're delayed. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Wands and the Fool. I haven't even started your actual reading yet, but it could be a fire sign. Okay. But this is also your energy. You're ready to take action. You're ready to take a chance. To take a risk. Why not? What else is there, And so you may meet someone who really sparks your interest. I just said sparks your interest, here she is just making sparks all over the place, this girl or guy. Okay. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's a Sagittarius, because you and Sagittarius are polar opposites, Gemini. And usually, they have a lot of life and a lot of happiness and joking and interest, and it's very lively being around them usually. And so you may just take a risk, take a chance, and say, let's do it. Why not? Why not? I feel like you're very open, becoming very open at this time of your life, and open to new things. You're different. You've changed. You've matured. Chandler, and it was given and receiving and the giving. Oh, that's very nice to hear, Tanya. Like it when those vibes are happening. Like it. Yeah, you and fire signs, sometimes Virgos too, for Gemini. I see a lot of Gemini and Virgo couples, Gemini and Sag. But anyway, here in your recent past, yeah, I think that here we go again. So I don't know, I can bring the camera up or I can bring the cards up. But you have Queen of Cups, the Strength, and the Ace of Swords. So the Queen of Cups, she wants to make connection. This is what you're realizing in your life, and you've come to that, and you want to start being more emotional. You're a smart person, and you are a sensible person, and you think with your head a lot, but now you want to act from your heart. You want to be more compassionate, and I think because you want that back. Usually whatever we want to give out, we also want back. It's that give and take, right? And so this is what you're seeking out. And when we seek that out, usually we need to give it. We need to start being the role model, practicing so that comes back to us. And so anyhow, this it's taken a lot of strength for you to see the truth finally too. I think that, and to see your vulnerabilities. I think that you got vulnerable there for a while. You realize that we are only half of what we're meant to be. Like a lot of us, we're meant to be in couples. We're meant to mate up, right? And going for such a long time without companionship and just a friend to go out and do things with and talk to and laugh and that sort of thing. You've realized how important that is in your life. I think you've realized how very, very important it is to you. Okay. And it's both the emotional and the mental. But I think this Ace of Swords is you realizing the truth that it's integral in your life to have contact, connection. Hey, shh, 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 shh. Carmela, shh, shh, shh. Come on over here. Geez, that echoes. uh, isn't that funny, eh? Yeah, Virgo. You guys are attracted to each other a lot, just like Aries and Scorpio are very, you see them together a lot, eh? Carmela, please shush. So there's the Earth, hey? There's the Earth. That could be the Virgo. So equal possibility because we got both here. So for some of you, it could be fire. For some of you, it could be Earth. Okay. That is interesting. But you're at the point where you're ready to reach out. Now I'm going to tell you, if it's the Virgo, if it's the Earth sign, I have a feeling that person is already in your life. They're an old presence, okay? And I feel like the fire sign is the new because we have the Fool beside the fire sign. Okay, so this is the new energy. This is also you ready to take action. You know, you've thought about it, you've looked into it, you might have went online for a bit, you might have, looked at this, that, and the other thing, and now you're ready to take action to make this happen because you're willing to take a risk. I think you had some walls up before and weren't really willing to trust anybody, and women, women, you know. And now you're oops, I don't like that cord hanging there. And now you're like, I love women. Total opposite. More open to it. Okay. I feel like with the Earth sign, if there was an Earth sign, and there is an Earth sign, because here in the present is the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. So for some of you, this could be an old a relationship that someone wasn't really willing to put into the relationship. They were withholding their time, their energy, their money, maybe their love, or someone was withholding here, holding back. Okay. And it caused problems, it caused division. You felt either alone. I think eventually there's a separation here because there's something, I feel like you don't know everything, you're being told on a need to know basis sort of thing. And that's not really all in, is it? And you're realizing that if you're in a relationship right now in this situation, you're realizing that you want to be with someone who's all in, have both feet in, not one foot in and one foot out. You want, complete. You want to share. You want equal give and take. You want appreciation. I think you know your worth, with your energy in the Queen of Pentacles. This is knowing your worth and not willing to get up unless it's worth your while, not willing to participate unless you feel it's worth your while. And either you or the other person is not feeling that. And so I'm not sure that you'll sit in that. You're not sitting in where someone says, oh, well, I might come over and visit you, and you're thinking, oh, geez, don't bother yourself. Like, holy, you want to be engaged with someone, not engaged. I mean, fully engaged in a relationship, not half-assed. And I wouldn't want it either. I was in one. I'm going to tell you, I was in one, and I did it for 6 years and I couldn't do it for a minute longer. I couldn't, because I didn't feel like it was right. Like, why? I was thinking, why are you here if you don't want to be? Why would you be? So eventually it ended, and it was right to end. It just didn't fit exactly. It didn't, it wasn't cohesive for both parties. So anyway, I feel that when you realize that, when you trust your instinct, you need to trust your instinct, because your instinct's right. And when you realize this, there comes the new person, the new opportunity, the new energy that you want, that you're looking for, that spark. Okay? Now, in the outcome here, you have the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So here is the couple. Now, we started with the King, and isn't it interesting that the very last card, the very first card is the King, and the very last card is the Queen. Okay? Now, the Queen is a little more defensive, okay? She keeps her heart under guard, and she is a lot smarter now. She sees very clearly, and she asks a lot of questions before she commits or decides to engage, or that sort of thing. She wants to be very clear about what she's stepping into, or even conversing about. It's all about clarity, okay? She doesn't want any confusion anymore, because in the past, I think, when we let things go, when we don't feel satisfied with the answers we're getting, the communication, there's a gap. There's a gap, okay? So that you're not going to do that anymore. You're asking questions first. Like, I need to know, right? So anyway, I just thought that was so interesting, the King and the Queen at the end. So this is your natural partner. This is your natural mate. You see eye to eye. It's the King and Queen. I'm gonna have to turn the light on for the next video. But anyway, I think that there could be something at work too, just to change the topic a little bit here. There could be something at work here that you could be getting ready to pursue something new, okay, in your career. It's either a relationship, or what you're doing for a living is, in some ways you're not backing down. You're standing your ground, and you're there to fight to the bitter end, because you've really worked hard and you've put a lot of time in. And like I said, you're not budging. You know your worth. This isn't budging, But on the other hand, I think you're putting yourself out there. You're seeing what else is out there. You're networking. You could be, I think you're reaching out, okay? You're reaching out and you're trying to get more information and figure out what your other possible options are, okay? The other thing too is you could be planning a trip, a little break, a getaway, because you've been fighting for a while. I feel like you're tired. You're even though you're strong, and you're not going to back down. I'm going to tell you that. But you may go and get some, maybe just some time to yourself, or some spiritual relief in some way. Because You're absolutely fully aware of your capability of what, oh, I meant to redo my nails and at least get the nail polish off. I totally forgot. I was just anxious to get on and start doing these videos because I was like, geez, I got a lot of videos to do. I better get started. And I see how terrible they look now in the camera. I'll do it after this video. But anyway, so you're totally aware of what you're capable of, what you're worth, what you want in your life. Definitely, you want open communication. You want honesty. You don't want any suspicious sneakiness, baloney. Also, gaslighting. I'm feeling like gaslighting if someone has been gaslighting you and it puts you in the defensive position, when someone gaslights you because you asked them a question because something didn't add up. And when you ask a question, they're like, well, what were you doing? The blah, blah, blah. And you get all like, I don't know. And so I think when you get a little bit of distance, you realize, wait a minute, no, this isn't okay. This isn't all right. And this isn't what I want. So you are looking forward to, I think you're changing things in your career. And I think you're changing things in your relationships. I think that, like I said, whatever's happened, I don't think you're carrying regret or any bad feelings about your ex or your old friends or where you used your old boss or whoever. I don't think you're carrying any of that. I think that you are all about the new. I love that you have is it 2 8s? You have 2 8s here, okay? And those 8s and a 3, and those are about moving forward, progress. Let's do something about it. Let's get somewhere. Let's find out about that. It's not what you can't do, it's what you can do. What can I do out of this? And so you're thinking about the possibilities. It's you know it's the cup. Where is it? You're open. You're open. You also have 2 aces and the fool. So it's and the page of pentacles. It's all about new beginnings for you. You're very open-minded. You're open-hearted. You got some sort of faith in your thinking. What the hell? Why not? What do I got to lose anyway? Anything's better, than sitting where I am, you know. Oh, thank you very much, Tanya. Thank you very much. So my boyfriend, Ronnie, had this fireplace. Let me just move out of the way here. Oops. You can't see it. Oh, he had that down in his basement and just sitting there in a, back dark room. And I said, what's that? And I said, does it work? And he goes, I don't know. And I said, well, it really doesn't matter. It is beautiful. And I would love to use it in my room, as a backdrop. It's just it gives us a warm feeling, eh? Anyhow, I know. That's what I thought. And he's got fireplaces everywhere in this house. There's one in the living room, and there's this massive. One day I'm going to do a video in the basement, and you're not going to believe this fireplace that's down there. I can't believe it. It wraps around the whole wall like it's like an L-shaped thing. It just goes on and on. One day I'll do a video down there just so you can see it. So let's get on with this. Let's get a bit of clarification, although I don't just think we need much, but I'm going to get a card from, I'll take a card from here, the Soul Luna. This is from Anna. I think Anna was in Edmonton or Calgary. Geez, I keep saying Edmonton. I get every once in a while I get a second thought. Was that Calgary? Yeah, you could be traveling, eh? Yeah, there's the double Queen of Cups. So you could be thinking about going on a trip. And the Two of Discs. So I feel like you're going with someone. You're probably going with a friend, sister, brother. I don't know. But the Chariot indicates, oh, here's Queen of Cups. The Chariot indicates that you're probably going to be traveling, I think, okay? It also indicates victory. So if there's anything you're standing up against, any injustice, anything held back from you that you should have had a right to in some way, I think you're going to win. Okay, you're going to win. And you think you have help. Someone's on your side. All right. I don't see real legal issues involved here. I just think you're going to be real smart. And I think you're probably could be disappointed by someone. They could be withholding or trying, I don't know, but you're going to be victorious over the whole thing. And I think mostly peace of mind. You're just going to have a real peace of mind there, and you're not going to look back. You're not going to look back. All right, let's get you a Sacred Rebels card. Now, I don't know all these cards automatically, and the darn description is like 3-4 pages long. It goes on and on and on, which I'm not going to read, by the way, but I am going to grab a snippet out of it for you. And these cards are amazing. I'll show you the book. Okay, and I like that it's Maiden Mother Crone. And it's about evolving. It's about realizing and understanding, gaining understanding. Hi, Lauren. How you doing? Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. I'm sorry I'm so late, guys. Jeepers. But my energy has to be right. Like yesterday, I was all set to do it. And it just didn't feel right. I just felt real sluggish. So I went and had something to eat. And I thought, I'll have something to eat and I'll feel better after that. And I go to have something to eat. And then I was exhausted. The energy wasn't right. I'm going to take this one too on the top. I feel like that one for you as well. So look at this one. I love it. Restore and replenish. Okay. So oops. So this is, like I said, where you're becoming more open to accepting, understanding, and compassion and validation. And, because you could have had some walls up before and you wouldn't trust anybody, you wouldn't believe them, why are you saying that? But now you've had a time to heal, and I think still are. You're giving some of that to yourself, okay? I'm going to read what the thing says too. I love it. You have, she feels, she knows. I love that. So isn't that interesting? This is different for you, Gemini, because you're used to understanding things, making sense of it in your mind. You know what I mean? Doing calculations and little. But this is through your heart. Through your heart. So let's 38 is the first one. And I'm just going to do a quick synopsis of what it says. Oh, this one isn't even very long. Okay, let me just take a peruse. Oh, you are in need of something so much deeper than rest. You need restoration, replenishment, and revival. This will not necessarily come from lying about somewhere, taking a moment out of your day or evening activities. You are more likely to gain what you need by breaking with your routine completely and doing something different. You need variety, spice, change, fresh energy into your body, mind, and heart. You need to restore and revive yourself by changing the usual flow of energy through your being. You could return to your regular routine in time if it feels good for you. However, it's time for you to move without pushing yourself beyond what is known, comfortable, and familiar. Okay? It says you've been working so hard and you've accomplished so much already. However, you often sell your accomplishment shorts and focus on how much more is yet to be done. Life is telling you that it's time to put down the paintbrush, the pen, the endless list, and the thinking mind and get into your body. Take some time to experience yourself in nature. Remember how to just be. And it says one little tiny thing more. You will feel more of yourself and ready for the next phase. You might be surprised what just a day or two of this can do for you. Restoration does not have to be long and involved process, especially if it's attended to when needed. So isn't that funny? I was just talking about that, eh? Like how yesterday I felt like, oh, I needed food and I thought, oh, I'll feel better after food. And then after the food, I was like so tired. I went for a nap for an hour and a half in the middle of the afternoon, but I needed it. I knew I did. I knew I wasn't ready to do a video. And so that's just interesting. That's exactly what you needed. I just realized I got to close something. It's probably affecting my stream. My stream will be a lot better if I get rid of that business. So she feels she knows. I like it. I like it. An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. So it's a lot about clarity here, right? This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but more of a softer, gentler, gentle knowing. Gentler. My nose is itchy. That usually means the ancestors are around. It's like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. This oracle comes to you as guidance, particularly about long range or long term developments. Something that is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or moment is of importance. Although you will only have a dim sense of that possibility at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are and how they're being helped on to the next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. You're being asked to think in terms of long-term happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions in the short term. Eeks. Darn. Okay. Okay, so it says it brings you another message. The situation you currently are in is particularly geared towards a more significant manifestation that is coming to you according to your life path and purpose. This is a stage of preparation and is building a foundation that will hold you strong and centered as your creative journey unfolds and your life path becomes ever more brilliant and luminous. So keep plugging away, it says. Remain patient, but most of all, be hopeful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you, for it is the light that is within you, simply revealed more fully. All that is happening now is happening to that end. I like that so much. I love this, especially when it says, keep plugging away. you're on the right track, okay? Even though it might be difficult, because it is difficult to leave someone behind, that you cared about, that you invested in, whether it was a friend, lover, who knows? It's difficult to do that and move on, but we can't change people. We can't be what they want us to be. We are who we are. Just like Popeye says, I am what I am. I am what I am. So there you go, Jim. So I hope this helps you. And it sounds like I like that you're going, oh, you see that? All the itchiness, they're bugging me, eh? They're just scratching me. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Hold on. You know what? I'm decided I'm going to start learning mediumship, like training more for mediumship, because I'm getting bugged a lot by them. They're really on me, and at me. And I feel like there's more that I need to say or messages I need to give here. So let me just stop for a minute. Is there something you want me to say? I can see a woman's face, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. I can see a woman's face. She has black circles. I can see some black circles around her eyes and black, and she's tired. She looks tired to me, okay? She looks tired. She has full lips, especially the bottom one. Long hair, straight. I feel like she's over 40. I think, okay. Over 30 at least. Over 30 at least, okay. And it's interesting kind of because but this could be your companion, your friend, or someone that sometimes it's the words of a stranger too that help us out. They say something and we may never see them again. We just met them that once, and something they said turned a light on. It all made sense all of a sudden, like, you know what I mean? And so there could be something like that for you too, okay? Anyway, Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. I love you. I am so sorry for neglecting you this past year, not just you, Gemini, all of you out there. While I was busy doing this tour, exploring this other venue, but I am going to be more fully committed from here on in, okay? So I just wanted you to know that. You're welcome. My pleasure, Tanya. I just wanted to say quickly before I go, oh yeah, you can reach me for a personal reading too. The information, my email's down there below. But I wanted to give a big shout out to Vivian. Vivian, who I seen in Toronto this past weekend. And I wanted you to know, Vivian, that your words are what make it all worthwhile to me. Yeah, you touched my heart. Yeah, you made my day, my week, my year. Thank you. Bye, guys.